Two Gun Crowley was one of the most notorious gangsters who ever lived. He would shoot up the streets in the 1930s. The police commissioner described him as the most ruthless killer he ever met. Interestingly enough, Two Gun Crowley met his end when he was holed up in his apartment in the Upper West Side, surrounded on all sides by 150 policemen in a shootout that lasted hours. 10,000 people on the street gathered as the rifle shots rang through the streets of New York, and he held the New York City Police Department at bay for quite a while. Eventually, he was shot in the chest, and they broke into the apartment and they found him crumpled up over a piece of paper. Apparently, it was his last will and testament. And drenched in his own blood were the following words: "To whom it may concern, under my coat lies a lonely heart, but a good heart, a heart that would do no man any harm," and he signed his name. Now, amazingly, he survived. He was shot in the chest. Through loss of blood, he was unconscious, and the police rushed him to the hospital. They resuscitated him, operated, he survived, and he then stood trial for murder. And he was brought to the electric chair. On the way to the electric chair, he was overheard saying, "This is what I get for trying to defend myself." Two Gun Crowley is a classic example of a human phenomenon, and that is that I never do anything wrong. I don't do things wrong. It's just not within the human psyche to recognize I just, little things maybe, but really big things wrong. I rationalize, I create entire philosophies, and I never do anything wrong. And therefore, the idea of tshuva, of using Elul, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur properly, seems very difficult. Sure, I'll do tshuva if I did anything wrong. And the first thing that I have to do if I really want to grow and accomplish is I have to look back on my days, my weeks, my months, study them, analyze the way I speak to others, and look at the way I conduct myself, look at where I invest my time and where I don't. And I have to be very bold and very brave to face the two eyes in the mirror that are looking back at me and be able to recognize I do wonderful things, many great things, and I also do things wrong. And that ability to recognize what I do wrong is the first step in being able to then change, grow, and become the human being I was destined to be.